Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Nick at barben.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing a pre-workout from MuscleTech. It's called Vapor X5 Next Gen. So MuscleTech is owned by Iovate Health Sciences in Delaware, and they've got a really wide variety of products, and they arrange them under different lines. So they've got like a Lab series, a Pro series, an Essential series. This here is the Performance series, which is essential for people looking to maximize their performance. Vapor X5 Next Gen, it has about 200 milligrams of caffeine, about as much caffeine as you'll find in 2 cups of coffee. And here we've got the Blue Raspberry Fusion flavor. So we're going to see how it tastes with water. It's good, it's tasty. It tastes like raspberry flavored candy, basically. Despite the very, very strong color, as you can see, it doesn't have a very strong taste. It's pretty mild, actually. I put it in 1.5 cups of water here, and it was pretty mild. That will be good news for people looking to double up the serving, because MuscleTech actually suggests that you might want to use 2 scoops at a time. I think you could conceivably do that with 1.5 cups of water without it being too overwhelming at all. All right, so let's take a close look at the nutrition label and the ingredients. So 1 scoop has 15 calories. As I said earlier, it's got 190 milligrams of caffeine, about as much as you'll find in 2 cups of coffee. And what's also pretty cool is that they include a couple of ingredients that are meant to help reduce the jitteriness that can be associated with a big hit of caffeine. Namely, there's theanine and taurine, both of which have that effect. So the caffeine, that has a good effect on your energy and your power output, of course. There are also a few other ingredients that have an effect on your power. Specifically, there's betaine and hydrous, which is a good one for that. There's also a few plant extracts in here. I'm not sure why some of them were included. There's galangal, that's a plant in Southeast Asia, and when you look at MuscleTech's website, they just say that it has unique sensory effects. I'm not really sure what that means. But nonetheless, there are plenty of other ingredients that do have pretty solid evidence behind them. There's a good 1.6 grams of beta-alanine, which has a really strong link with endurance. There's also some arginine inositol silicate, and studies have actually shown that it does have a pretty strong link with energy and stamina during a workout, although usually studies use about twice as much as you'll find in 1 scoop, which is one reason why you might want to use 2 scoops. The same goes for yohimbine. That's a stimulant that's similar to caffeine, but it may also have an extra effect on fat loss. Again, the amount that you find in 1 scoop, normally studies use what you'll find in 2 scoops of this. Besides that, that's just about everything. There's pretty good doses of this. There's also a bit of choline bitartrate, which might reduce time to fatigue, improve time to fatigue. Normally it's also used in higher doses. And there's some hawthorn berry as well. There's some evidence that might help with blood flow, but there's no studies on humans, so we don't really know what the dosage would be. That's just about everything. The other ingredients just include natural and artificial flavors and sweeteners. This does contain sucralose and acesulfame potassium, which are 2 artificial sweeteners that some people try and stay clear of. In addition to that, it does contain a blend of gums as well, which is pretty unusual for a pre-workout. Some people can get digestive distress from taking gums, but they're in just about every protein powder, so if you have no problem with them, you'll have no problem with this. So as far as the price goes, you can pick up this tub here. It's got about 30 servings in it. It's going to cost you $21. So that comes to 70 cents per serving. That's pretty cheap as far as pre-workouts go. In my experience, most pre-workouts fall between 80 cents and $1 per serving. So 70 cents, that's remarkably inexpensive. It's pretty well priced. So there are a few things that I really liked about Vapor X5 Next Gen. First of all, it is pretty cheap as far as other pre-workouts go. Also, as far as the dosages go, I would say this is a pretty effective supplement for power. So in addition to the caffeine, which has a good hit of, it's got a good amount of betaine and also creatine, which are both linked to improve power output. In addition, the beta-alanine, there's a really good dose for that, 1.6 grams, and the theanine and taurine should help you focus a little bit. There are a few things I wasn't quite so crazy about with this particular product. First of all, it does contain, as I mentioned, plenty of artificial ingredients and sweeteners, which some people try and stay clear of. I don't have a problem with, but a lot of people try to reduce those artificial ingredients in their diet. And finally, the dosages are a little bit off for some of these ingredients. A lot of them, as I said earlier, the ones related to power, there's a good dosage there. But the choline, the arginine, the yohimbine as well, those 3, they're pretty low. If you take 2 scoops at once, that might even out some of those ingredients. Nonetheless, that's going to give you a pretty big hit of caffeine you might not be very comfortable taking. So that depends on your personal preference, but for me, I would have liked some of the ingredients to be just a little bit more highly dosed. All right, those are my thoughts on Vapor X5 Next Gen, the pre-workout from MuscleTech. For the full review, including a breakdown of all the ingredients, check out the link below at barben.com.